The original estimate was what I paid for it, $3,500, and I was doubling it, and then I was in a truck for $7,000, which I thought was pretty good.
Well, we can take a look in the office and see where we ended up.
I mean, I did a little more with the tires and taking the lift down, but grand total $7,443.
Hey, man, I tell you what, every time we took something apart, 4 more things were found that were bad on that. They did not fix anything on that vehicle.
Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and it may appear that I have completely lost my mind having 3 identical colored Cadillac Escalades from the 2nd generation, but I have not. If you all remember, about a year ago, I bought a Tesla Cybertruck for $101,000. Drove it for a while, put a couple thousand miles on it, and sold it before the massive depreciation that I believed was coming. I actually sold it for $111,000, so $10,000 more than what I paid for it, and I guessed by the end of the year it would be $30,000 or $40,000 less. And well, boy, was I right. If you look at current Cybertrucks for sale wholesale, which I traded mine in, it was wholesale, you can buy one for high 60s, low 70s. So yes, $40,000 less than what I sold my Cybertruck for a short time ago, and that loss, if I had taken it, is equal to the value of all 3 of these Cadillac Escalades behind me. So in my own kind of stupid Hoovie math, it makes sense that I own all 3. But honestly, it wasn't my plan to have 3 sort of identical Escalades at the same time, even though they are pretty different when you look closely. And my daily driver for 3 years is actually going to migrate to Arizona because April's being a sugar mama and buying me a house down there, and we need a car to get around. So that one's heading south. This truck with 16,000 miles was the record setter on Bring a Trailer before, sold for $38,000 a few years ago, and I bought it recently for quite a bit less than that. I traded a bunch of cars, got a check, and this Escalade. And then this one, well, it fell in my lap from a viewer, and it's sort of the dub edition. I couldn't resist not buying it because it's 90,000 miles, and I've decided to fix it up, which I believe this will clean up to at least equally as nice as my daily driver for the last 3 years, and let one of you all have it in sort of a fun way. So let's get into that. So when I did my most recent Hoopty Sell-a-thon, a lot of you suggested in the comments that I should try a raffle to sell one of my cars, which I've seen a lot of creators do it, but I have no idea how to go about it myself, nor do I know how much money I'm going to make or lose, whether I recoup it or not, but I am going to try it this time, and I'm going to try it with this Cadillac Escalade right here. And to accomplish this, I have partnered with a great company called Fanatham that is a veteran-owned and family-run business that specializes in this. They have done so many with creators you all know like Regular Car Reviews and so many other big names. So I trust them to handle this Cadillac Escalade, and you can enter for a chance to win by buying some pretty fun stuff. Some Hoovie's Garage brand mugs and keychains, but also a special exclusive keychain that is for Hoopty owners only. If you have a certified Hoopty, much like most of the fleet here in the garage, you can have this keychain with pride, and with that purchase it will enter you for a chance to win this Cadillac Escalade, which will be cleaned up over the next month or so as the promotion is going on, and end hopefully with a very clean Escalade. Now I'll give you the option of having stock wheels and new tires, or new tires on these Giovanna 24s, which I hope you go with because it is so cool, the look of this thing in period. Now, like I said, I have no idea how this is going to go for me financially, but somebody is going to leave with this beautiful Cadillac Escalade right here with the Car Wizard seal of approval mechanically. We're going to go through it today, look it over, see what it needs, and then it will head to Van Gogh for a full reconditioning so it can really be all that it can be. And if you all want to support the channel, click the link below, buy some products, and you might have an Escalade much like mine. So this one came in last week, and it is 16,000 original miles. This beautiful EXT here, the truck version, which all this folds down. You can see one seat is up, but all this folds down, the glass goes in, and it becomes a full-size truck. So really handy, this thing. But it is almost brand new in the wrapper. Last year for one of these, and with the rare factory 22-inch wheels, which is a 1-year only deal on this generation of Escalade. My daily driver I've had for 3 years, and like I said, is going to Arizona. April has bought a house down there. We do a lot of work for Barrett Jackson. relax and also just love being down in Arizona. So it made sense for her when she sold her house in Chicago to buy a house down there. And I have very little to do with it financially. Obviously, I can't help out very much with my current situation, but I can bring a hoopty down there. So this Escalade is going to head down to live in Arizona in the garage down there to get us around. Even though it's 20 years old, these things are so reliable. I feel more confident about driving this to Arizona than, say, buying something 10 years newer and leaving it down there. So down the Escalade will go, but it's going to go up to the Car Wizards today for a look over and his seal of approval for a 1,000-mile road trip. In addition, this one is going to go up as well. So I bought this from a viewer who took it on trade after he sold a boat. And he knew I was a sucker for these things, so he sent me an email, and yeah, of course I want to buy it because it is a relic of the era of sort of the Pimp My Ride, MTV Cribs era of Cadillac Escalades with these 24-inch Giovanna wheels, only 90,000 miles, and in really, really nice shape. So inside, you know, the seats could definitely be cleaned up a little bit, but they're not torn. A good detail would do a lot in here. And the spec is pretty much identical to my car. This one has 10,000 less miles on it though. So second row bucket seats, third row seating, and the cool part is the dueling PlayStations. Two of them. Why? I don't know, just because. But the controllers are in here as well, but it doesn't fire up, unfortunately. Neither does the rear entertainment, which makes me hope that it's just a fuse, and then we have working period PS2s, which will be awesome. But other than that, it does drive really, really well. And it's a southern vehicle, so the undercarriage is ridiculously nice, maybe even a bit nicer than my car over here that's been basically its whole life in Kansas but was garaged and really well cared for. So really nice in that sense. The smoke taillights are definitely of the era, as are the limited Dishin sticker. The E is gone, so it's just the Dishin. Anyway, yeah, the seats could definitely be cleaned up a little bit, which I'm really excited to show you the before and after with what Van Gogh can do. As for what the Car Wizard could find, I'm not sure if he's going to find very much, because these 6-liter Vortex are darn near invincible. This one is the all-wheel drive model, and as you can see, it does look very, very tidy under here. A light detail, and this thing would look really, really good. I don't think, yeah, we'll see what the Car Wizard says, but I don't think there's any leaks either. Just really nice in the undercarriage. Of course, this one with 16,000 miles is on a whole nother level of insanity, which I'm going to take it up to the Car Wizards today too, just to compare all of them because, well, you know, why not? So Jake's going to hop in one, April's going to hop in the other, and I'll hop in the Dub Edition, and we'll head up to the Car Wizards. Off to a good start on this one. Only one warning, service tire monitor, which means they didn't put tire pressure sensors when they put on the 20 which is something that could be resolved, but yeah, 92,401 miles. So a little less than my old faithful Escalade of the last 3 years. Honestly, it feels exactly the same. Even with the 24s, this thing still rides really, really good. And what I love about these things is, other than being so robust and of an era when the Escalade was the king, they're just so dang comfortable. They're not made to be sporty. They're made to be sort of luxury trucky cruisers, and the seats have this deep, deep cushioning to them that feels so nice, ridiculously comfortable, a great ride, and it is big, but when you compare it to a modern Escalade, it is not obnoxiously huge. It's still manageable to park, especially these short wheelbase ones, and visibility is really good. I was using this to back up a trailer the other day and folded down the third row seats, and you could see the whole trailer so easily out of the back. You really didn't need a backup camera to reverse the trailer. It was just so darn easy. But that could also be because I've been continuously driving these things for, I don't know, the last 20 years or so, so I'm pretty comfortable with them. That 6-liter Vortex, 345 horsepower. This one sounds and feels healthy, but only 92,000 miles, and these things are known for 300+ thousand miles with no issues as far as the engines. The transmissions, you know, not on the strongest side, but pretty reasonable to rebuild when they do go wrong, and pretty much any shop knows how to do them. And this one's staying pretty cool on the transmission temps. Good oil pressure, everything working. I don't think the Car Wizard's going to find very much. I think I'll be spending most of the money on the cosmetic reconditioning, just normal 20 years of wear and tear that I'm going to go back and reverse. But this one seems like a solid unit. We'll see what the Car Wizard has to say about it and the other 2 units. Man, I'm such an idiot to have 3 of these. Wizard! Are you polishing? Were you just licking?
Oh, sorry, I got all over your... Oh man, I'm sorry.
You're...
I didn't know you were coming this early.
Were you licking it?
This thing's amazing. How can you not?
It's pretty incredible, but I haven't licked it yet. Does it taste okay?
Oh, it tastes very good.
Yeah, well, so it's actually the 1-year anniversary of buying my Tesla Cybertruck.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold it for $111,000 a few months later. And now it's worth about $40,000 less. So the equivalent value of all 3 of these Escalades, that thing's depreciated in the short time. And I think I'm going to stick with this kind of stuff forever. I think I'm just done with the new crap, you know? What do you think?
That's a huge loss on the... You're right. You could buy all of these for the loss that would have had on a Cybertruck.
Right.
That's crazy.
And the new Chevy EVs is the same, the Ford EVs, and they're not going to hold up as well. Even though this one's a time capsule, they're still 300,000 plus mile capable vehicles.
They are.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to find one like this, and yeah, pretty special machine. I see you already got the hood up, huh?
Yeah.
So I look pretty stupid with 3 Escalades, but when you do that kind of math, I'm pretty smart, I think, right?
You know, 5 years ago, I would have said no. But the situation we're in now with things, yes, I think actually it does make sense.
Yeah, and that one I brought up. It's my old faithful for 3 years. I'm actually going to be driving it to Arizona and leaving it down there because April's buying a house. She's going to be in a sugar mama for me.
Congratulations, April.
That one's going to live down there. This one is going to a viewer. I'm actually raffling it off. So,
okay.
yeah, you can buy a keychain or a mug, and it gives you a chance to win the Escalade. And this one, yeah, this one is the new Precious that's going to stay home in Kansas. And, yeah, basically, I don't know about licking it, but I will drool over it for a very long time, probably till the end of time. But, yeah, 16,000 original miles. It was a California car up until a year or 2 ago. And it's the nicest one I've seen since they were new. I was a salesman at the Cadillac store back in 07, 08, and this is a time capsule here.
This thing's like it could be in a showroom in 06, and it would fit. You wouldn't know that it's all the way from 2025. It's so new looking.
Right. Yeah, the Vortec Max was a 1-year deal on this body style, basically to designate that it was the 6-liter instead of the 5.3. Because they offered the 5.3 in the Escalade at the very end, a 2-wheel drive. But this one is all-wheel drive. And yeah, I don't think you're finding very much wrong with it, but I wanted to get this up on the lift just so we could see like the preservation, the time capsule-ness of this thing, because it's insane.
I'm excited. If it's anything like this, I may drool even more.
Yeah, 1 year only for the factory 22s, and they put new Michelins on it, and supposedly went through the fluids back a couple of years ago because it was in mothballs for a long time. But holy moly!
Even the torsion bars are still shiny.
Isn't that crazy?
Bright orange shocks. Still has the paint little marks from the assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. More paint marks. That's usually gone after the first year or 2.
Right. Yeah. Same goes on the front diff here.
You know, all the blue marks on the bolts. They were torqued. Wow, this is amazing. It's like a museum piece.
Yep. I mean, there's the stuff that's unfinished metal that just sort of browns a little bit, you know, like they all do.
Mm-hmm.
But
transmission's happy. Everything's happy on here.
Well, yeah, I think so. 16,000 miles. It's just
makes me happy.
Just wild, yeah.
It's amazing. Even all these bolts are still shiny silver.
Mm-hmm.
All the lines are still silver coated. Hardly any rust on the exhaust there.
No, it's like I said, I've never seen one like this in 20 years, I suppose. Oh, what do you got there? Do I have a brake disc exploding?
It's leaking from this washer.
Oh, so you did find something.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want brake fluid on these wheels.
No.
because the finish was already pretty fragile on this era of GM. So, hey, you found something to fix, huh?
Mm-hmm.
A washer on a brake line, huh?
Some new washers, and yeah, that'll be it. There.
Okay.
This side's dry. It's not doing that,
Yeah.
luckily.
Okay.
These are usually blown out.
Yes, which you replaced on my '05 last year. That's the only big gotcha with the Escalades compared to like a normal Avalanche is the air ride system.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, a little less than $2,000, right, to go through.
They're not cheap, that's for sure.
No, but for the original bags, like look at the stickers on this.
Every letter is still legible.
Right.
And there's the compressor, still happy in its little sack. Scratch the sack there.
Okay.
Even the spare has air in it. It's not even rusted on the spare.
So not a hoopty.
This is like the absolute opposite of a hoopty.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like going to church for me. I feel like this is like sacred and solemn. I don't know. It's just I'm just absolutely blown away. So
You saw me drooling at the beginning.
Yeah.
It really is that great.
Yep, I am thrilled with this thing.
It's amazing.
My Escalade for the last 3 years, it is very clean underneath, but it is not that.
No.
And the fresh air ride shocks. And with this one, I just wanted a quick look over to make sure that it's okay for the trip. It was serviced, not that long ago when we did the air ride stuff and everything. So just a quick looky-loo there. But this one, there is a major concern on this dub edition.
Okay.
With these 24s. Something seriously isn't working that really affects this vehicle's performance. And that is the dueling PS2 TVs back here.
PS2?
Yep. PlayStation 2 built-ins of the era. Yes, sir.
What?
Yes.
And they're not working.
They do not fire up at all. And I think it has something to do with whatever's down here, whatever fuse, because this doesn't fire up either. So it is essential that this is working again.
Okay. Definitely we will look into that. Hopefully it's just a fuse or something like that.
Yeah, it's the full gamer setup, Wizard, from the mid-2000s. So
that
we
is
can
so
play.
Cool. They got a weird finish on them, though.
This one's kind of falling apart, the finish. But yeah, we can play Midnight Club Dub Edition on these things.
Wow.
And even the headrest the headphone's still new in the plastic.
Man, that's amazing.
It's got to work. You got to get that going.
We definitely do.
Yes. And whatever else. Obviously, it's not the best idea to start with this amazingly preserved example. It's not going to look like that, but still looks like it's really nice underneath. But I'm curious what else you'd find. We'll fix it all to where it's completely sorted for whoever owns it next. All right?
Sounds good to me.
And one interesting difference with these is '05 and older, this is cladding. So they put this plastic on the fenders, on like the Chevy fenders, to make it a Cadillac. But in '06, if you look, it's up in the air. These are stamped steel. There's no seam. It's metal instead of plastic. Same on the back too.
That's cool.
Which they're getting rid of these. '06, '07's the change in the body style, but they decided to stamp them out rather than clad them out for 1 year, which makes no sense. Same with the Vortec. This is the Vortec 6000 instead of the Max. But otherwise looks pretty similar. This was a Southern car, so it's not rusty either. But
it's not bad.
You see anything?
Not right off hand. No. Let me go look over here. Definitely not as nice as the 2006 over there.
Well, nothing's going to be as nice as that. But as far as 20-year-old GMT 800s go, this one's pretty sweet.
I don't see any leaks or anything going on at all under here.
Okay, well, I guess we can still go up and give it a peekaboo. It'll be a tough act to follow with that one, but I still think this is a really nice machine.
It is. It's really cool, especially with those PlayStation units in the back.
What do you think of the Giovanna 24s?
It looks like it belongs on an Escalade, that's for sure.
Too bad they're not spinners.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. In addition to the PS2s working, which is of the utmost importance, the fog lights are broken on these.
Oh, the whole lens, everything.
Yeah,
gone.
I know.
Wow.
They're like $1 billion each. Not really, but
They
definitely.
could be.
I don't think so, but they definitely need to be replaced because that's just sort of a black eye. I'm gonna have the bumpers painted as well, just because they have a little bit of wear on them. But yeah, otherwise, see what else we find, huh?
Yeah.
There's those original orange shocks, huh? Same
Yeah.
thing.
Same original shocks, just with age and miles on them. Looks like some serious scrapes happened.
Oh,
Something
they
here.
bottomed out. Okay.
Ran over something in the road.
Well, it doesn't look like the shocks are leaking, even though they're old.
I really don't see much of anything leaking in the engine anyway.
That's good.
How many miles are on this one?
92,000, so a little bit less than mine that's about to turn over 100,000.
92,000, huh?
Yep.
So it has the stock shocks up front. Nothing leaking up front. Everything looks happy up there. The transmission is dry.
Which isn't unusual for these. They just built them really well back then.
They really did. Transfer case is dry.
Yep.
Has it had services with fluids and everything? Do you know of? Or?
I definitely want to do an oil change, and then you can look at all the fluids and see what needs to be done as far as freshening everything up, most certainly.
Okay.
But yeah, no big gotchas.
Not really.
But at 92,000 miles, you really wouldn't expect that, right? How are the air shocks looking on this one? Oh, well, there we go.
There's how they usually show up.
Yep. So we blown.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so we're doing the air shock service again.
It's going to be just like on your other one, a couple of grand.
Okay.
Because we don't want to put the aftermarket R-Knots. It ruins the ride on these.
Absolutely,
You got to put the Delphi originals, and they're like $800 a piece.
Interesting that it's not doing the service ride control warning yet, but I suppose the pump is still running to compensate for it, right?
Yeah, hopefully the pump's still good. We'll find out once we... Usually this goes out, these blow out, and then people will pull the fuse on that because they don't want to burn up the pump.
Mm-hmm.
Because it keeps running and running and running.
Yep.
Hopefully it's good.
But obviously this is a driven and used one, but being in a southern climate, it is not rusty at all.
No, it's not really.
Unlike the SS or the Saab 97X Aero, which is a GM product that we had in here
That was bad.
in Ohio, and unfortunately that one was pretty rusty. So this one, yeah, great that it's low mileage. Definitely worth putting the money as far as the shocks and going through the fluids and all that stuff, the fog lights, and the PS2s.
You got to get those
Yeah,
running.
don't forget the PS2s.
Yes.
So I guess I will be spending a couple grand on this thing.
At least.
But I know I spent a little bit more on the Avalanche.
A lot more. A lot.
Really?
Yes.
Well, okay, so it's over here, and I bought it for $3,500, and it has 326,000 miles on it. This is the next generation of the full-size GM truck chassis, and it's a Z71, so it's the off-road one. 5.3, no real leaks on it. Once again, the 5.3, the engine transmission, transfer case, everything looked okay. It was the suspension that was really jacked up in multiple ways, right?
It did have the radiator leaking antifreeze.
That's right.
Replaced that.
Mm-hmm.
We took your lift kit off and put stock tires, stock size, shocks and struts all the way around.
Because it was just stressing everything out on this thing.
New hub.
Uh-huh.
Got a new fuel pump, new charcoal canister.
Oh, you got the dash on there.
The dash cover on.
And I bought this at auction, and in the photos it had the bed covers, but then they weren't here when I picked up the truck, so somebody had stolen them.
Yeah.
The person completely ghosted me, who I'm pretty sure stole it. A few of you sleuthed in the video and found out who it was, and he took the ad down. So pretty much an admission of guilt, but he's just burying his head in the sand. So he's banned from the auctions, so that at least something came of a consequence of it. But yeah, a viewer was nice enough to send these to me, but they were missing the clips, right?
Yeah, so where you latch them to the actual bed, these little pieces here all along were all missing.
Oh, okay.
These little pieces here. We got good used ones put in. Now they all work.
Oh, and I do need to Venmo the guy for the shipping on these panels. Sorry, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm sorry for the person watching this, but well, maybe I won't have the money to Venmo him for the shipping, because the original estimate was what I paid for it, $3,500, and I was doubling it, and then I was in a truck for $7 grand, which I thought was pretty good.
Well, we can take a look in the office and see where we ended up.
I mean, I did a little more with the tires and taking the lift down, but... Okay, we're in your happy place. I'm here voluntarily.
Yes, and I voluntarily submit to you the final bill on the Avalanche. 2 pages long.
2 pages.
Maybe even 3, I'm not sure.
So the whole front suspension labor was $725 for the axles, the four-wheel drive, all that stuff.
Yeah, your four-wheel drive was dead. We found out once we got everything done. Someone had been in there and butchered some of the actuator and the gears and stuff inside of it. So we got that fixed. It works now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is actually a one-owner truck. Mm-hmm. They just didn't fix anything.
They didn't fix anything.
They traded it in for a new Z71 Tahoe, which looks kind of similar, but they didn't fix. Yeah, the radiator, not too expensive, $249 for the radiator.
No.
So and then labor about doubles it. Okay. So far it's not getting that bad. So the AC wasn't working, but it was just a pressure switch.
Yep. And it did have some leaks for the service valves. We replaced those, recharged it, and it's happy again.
And then the panel brackets. Man, the panel brackets were $175?
Yeah, used. There's 10 or 12 of them.
Jeez, okay. Holy moly. Okay, and then the all-terrain tires, because I went down on the tires, $970. Okay, I'm afraid to go to the next page, because...
Oh, just wait, there's more.
The fuel pump, the purge valve...
Charcoal canister.
Yeah, so that's okay. And then the shocks, which... I decided to go down back to stock ride height, but then the shocks were bad and...
Yep.
Holy... Okay.
Rear axle seals were leaking.
Okay. And then there's some more parts. The CV shaft, the four-wheel drive stuff that you fixed all up. There's a third page.
There's a third page.
There's a third page. Shop supplies for $50. Okay. Grand total, $7,443.
Hey man, I tell you what, every time we took something apart, 4 more things were found that were bad on that. They did not fix anything on that vehicle.
So I'm $11,000 into a 300,000 mile Avalanche. You know, I just sold my Ford Raptor that was all nice and sorted out for $12,000.
$12,000?
Yeah, and now I have a Z71 Avalanche. That's a rough one. It's gonna be nice and sorted now. Anyway, oh, there's the Escalade outside. So pretty. Buy the nice ones first. The nicest one you can afford. Obviously, $30,000 versus $3,000. You can see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this Escalade Fest. Maybe you should buy a Cybertruck instead of a 300,000 mile junker.